Hey, residents, Doctor here. Just want to take a quick chance here to talk about a cool Canadian podcast that is probably worth checking out. It's called the Landlord Tenant Pod Mess. It's the only podcast with the balls to ask the question, can a landlord and tenant be buddies? I mean, probably not, right? But each week, the co-hosts, Michael Palazzo and James Hartnett, they work through their totally real and not made-up conflicts while welcoming fantastic guests from the world of comedy, music, broadcasting, and beyond. Both of these hosts are Canadian comedians and writers. You might recognize their work from things like The Beaverton or Baroness von Sketch, or, of course, Schitt's Creek or The Boys. Big things that come out of Canada. And it's a very fun show. They got a great sort of dynamic, and the guests are always amazing, always very, very, very funny. So go check out the Landlord Tenant Pod Mess. It's a really cool show, and it's brought to you by the Sonar Network, another cool Canadian podcast network. You can check out this show and all sorts of other ones at thesonarnetwork.com.
Welcome, residents, to the Dr. DC podcast. My name is producer Richard, and across from me is the Doctor himself.
Hello.
Each week, we talk about the weird and wonderful world of DC while fielding questions from listeners like you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, baby.
I'm feeling middling after yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, you're listening to this week.
Yeah, prior.
But yesterday,
Yep.
we recorded Dogmas.
We sure did. Yeah.
So the 12 episodes that start coming out on December 13th,
Good to
we
remember.
just did yesterday. It was a lot.
Yeah. I can't believe it's the 13th. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's less than a week away.
Right?
Oh, my God.
It's crazy.
I can't believe fourth Docmas.
That's the fourth Dogmas, yeah.
That's insane.
Pretty wild. I mean, this is definitely the best I have felt on a day after Dogmas ever, and it's because we weren't drinking.
I will say this. If you're concerned about it not going terribly, don't worry.
Yeah. I mean, listen, we are the most on brand, I'd say, about 3/4 of the way through when all of the energy is sapped out of the room.
Yeah. If you were worried,
I won't give anything else away because there's some truly bananas shit that happens.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
But it'll be fun. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely a moment where you can. There's an audible lack of will to live.
Yeah, more than usual.
Yeah. More than our baseline amount. Yeah.
If you're worried that we didn't poison ourselves, don't worry.
I mean, we didn't really.
I was pretty close.
Really?
And if you went in the bathroom after any of the times that I went to this morning,
I still haven't had like a bad bathroom experience yet.
It was, yeah.
Which might just mean that it's formed some sort of like chicken clot in my intestines.
Oh, God. I can't believe you ate chicken today. I still can't
I was
get over
hungry.
that. It's not enough of a reason. I skipped breakfast, which was a good idea. And
I had pizza for breakfast.
you are a monster.
I had pizza for breakfast. I had some like boneless bites.
I can't believe you eat more chicken.
I ate a quarter of a shepherd's pie before I came over here.
Wait, a quarter of a shepherd's pie? Like an entire shepherd's
Like a whole casserole dish of shepherd's pie. I ate a quarter of it.
Oh my God.
I also ate a bowl of like party mix. Today.
You did.
I did actually.
Oh my
I ate a
God.
bowl of party mix. I've had a few pieces of
You're not
gingerbread
still
house.
going. Oh my God, you're still going.
I finished off the package of carrot cake Oreos that I got.
Wait, because the one that you only are eaten half of?
Yeah.
You ate the other half of today?
Yeah.
You did not.
I did actually.
Oh my God. You don't usually list everything you eat.
Drank a bunch of water. I finished the Dr. Pepper. I drank the other liter of Dr. Pepper
Oh
today.
God.
I also had a Coke Zero on the drive over.
No! How do you do
I
it?
actually think it's a testament to how good of shape I am in.
I mean, that's fair.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. You know what this reminds me of? Is
There's like a bunch of Osmosis Jones guys like shoveling calories into the fire. They're like, we need to burn all this fuel.
Now, it's not a 1-for-1, but it does remind me of when I watched My 600-Pound Life, and
well, yeah, no, it's not a 1-to-1. It's like a 1-to-3
Yeah.
is the ratio right now.
but when the people go in and they're like, I've been dieting. What do you mean? And they're like, well, what did you eat? And then they list something like that, and you're like, well, no, that's not.
Yeah, I mean, before I started saying it, I actually had thought I hadn't really eaten today. It was sort of like,
Wait. Did you still not eat that much today?
You were making food when I came in, and I was like, man, I forgot to eat today. And then just now listing it off, it's like, I did not forget to eat today.
Is this like a light day?
I mean, I guess it is because it's no, I guess it's not. I probably don't. I don't know.
Hey, look.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I rarely call attention to it.
I mean, what better episode? No one wants a skinny Santa.
That's true. They do not. Absolutely not.
But before we get in today's theme, we have a review.
Yeah.
Look at that. 5-star review number 97. We are driving close. I can't wait till we can finally do that Supernatural podcast. Oh my God. There's a moment during Docmas where we get to announce it.
Remember what we said? When we hit 100 reviews, we will activate our time machine and go back in time and start that Ghostfacers podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. The only one that we agreed to do at 100.
Yeah.
From Podchaser.
Oh, hey. What about the one I wanted to do?
Shh. It's the food talking. You don't know what you're delirious. From Ben.
You're also like a giant tub of popcorn right now when I'm looking at you.
Let's all go to the lobby. Ben goes on to say, this is the best geek podcast anywhere. Geek? We were trying to be cool. Yeah, we're a bunch of cool guys.
What's cooler than being a geek?
Nothing's cooler than reading comic books.
Why did you say it like that? That's true.
That's my cool voice. What do you mean?
Oh no.
Hello, ladies.
I like that best geek podcast.
Yeah.
Take that, all of the Star Trek podcasts, all of the Star Wars podcasts, all of the D&D podcasts,
And this says best
all
geek-
of Lord of the Rings, other comic books, everything.
Yeah. Anywhere it says.
Sit down, watch how it's done.
The guys are so funny and the guests are great.
I mean, that is definitely true for Docmas.
Yeah, the guests were great.
Guests were great.
Yeah, that half of that sentence was true.
It's that half of the sentence is always true.
Yeah.
Um,
You know who you are.
Do you know what? This is the last regular episode of the year. Start airing some grievances.
Oh, yeah.
Is this
the
our
time.
Festivus episode?
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Nailed it. That's exactly what I want. Thank you very much, Ben. Old Ben from Podchaser. Well, I haven't heard that name in many years.
He did like a southern voice, but the Star Wars like
Oh, why? Y'all haven't heard that in many years, Mr. Ben.
Ben. He couldn't mean old Ben Kenobi, could he?
Old Ben Podchaser.
Old Ben Podchaser.
Oh my God, Podchaser. That's perfect for the Star Wars universe.
And over here is Ben Quadneros.
Me, Dado the Kitty.
Oh, Uscabanta Pudu. That one little guy whose whole family and his like kids come to see him raise, and he dies a fiery like stalactite death.
So rough. Oh my God.
So dark.
Yeah.
Because they pointed out,
Yeah.
like, even if they, like, for rendering's sake, his family was in the crowd. It's like, in the script, they're like, and his family's here, and his newborn, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, you watch him graphically die.
Yeah.
Man, what a movie.
God, what a lucky guy.
That's how I want to go.
Yeah.
With everyone watching so they can never, ever forget it.
Exactly. Yeah. Never forget.
Oh, no.
Speaking of never forgetting,
Is
this week's theme Santa Claus.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you know, candy canes don't burn at that temperature. So, Christmas was an inside job.
Oh my god.
The Christmas truther.
It was George W. Christmas tree.
President Bush knew about Christmas before it was
Yeah.
going to happen, and he let it happen because he wanted that Alaska oil.
I mean, it's north.
Yeah.
There it is. I think we solved it, you guys.
Yeah, we're talking about Santa Claus this episode, which, believe it or not, is DC relevant.
DC canon.
It's DC canon. It's DC adjacent. It's a topic we can actually cover, and like what appropriate time to cover it.
Yeah.
Although it would have been better for comedy if we did this like in March.
I mean, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
No, July. You get Christmas in July.
No, because that's still too appropriate.
Oh, yeah, you're fair.
You
yeah,
got to put it like when no one's expecting. it.
Yeah. Oh, it's our April Fool's episode.
You're right. Yeah.
No, Santa is DC canon, so
Mm-hmm.
we got a lot of questions.
We did. We got quite a few. I like, you know, sometimes if questions kind of double up on
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
I sort of cull them a little bit, but like, we got a lot of questions.
So why don't we jump into them?
Let's do it.
First, we're going over to Facebook.
Going to the face in the book. Going to the Facebook.
First question comes from the most interesting resident.
Roland Simmons?
No.
Andrew Delgado.
Incorrect.
Oh, fuck. Stephen Marion Almagro?
No.
I
don't know why you would add- who are-
no. Alex Sanchez?
Obviously.
Yeah.
It feels like it's on the edge of racism now.
I mean, it's not. It is full on. Like,
You're the one who comes up with the names. I mean, I just said who the most interesting resident was. You're the one who.
yeah, you only had the ability to edit it, and you chose not to.
I'm sorry. Would you rather go back to doing the aye?
That is reserved for. I always call them Ben Quaterneros because that makes Caballero Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Ben Caballeros. What does Alex Sanchez ask?
Alex Sanchez asks, where would you rank Santa in a list of the most powerful entities in the DC multiverse?
Right.
Probably not pretty high.
Not very high, but he is like sort of eternal and magical. So he has to be relatively high. He is not
Fair.
up in the echelons of like Phantom Stranger, Dr. Fate, Spectre, stuff like that. Of course he's not.
Zatanna? Adjacent?
I think, not that this would ever be a thing that happened, but I think Santa is probably on a level where like Zatanna could do some magic and he could undo it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But
yeah.
I imagine that like a character of Zatanna's skill and power, if it was like a protracted thing, could overcome and defeat Santa.
Yeah.
But I think he's got to be at like a relatively high level because he's fucking Santa. You know, like,
who's fucking Santa? What?
oh God.
He's a chubby guy. I mean, that's
I think there's a different question that I want to apply that
fair.
that
Let's leave
conversation
that
to. But
yeah.
I think you got to put him maybe just slightly higher in power level or magic level than like a Constantine or a Zatanna or some of those like powerful mages. Not Dr. Fate,
Yeah.
but somewhere around there, so that like they would be like, oh wow, that's magic. We never like
Oh,
what?
yeah.
But not like it's not like we're not talking about the Anti-Monitor. We're not talking about like some sort of insane cosmic character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next question from the Senator, James Paulson.
Bail Organa? That's the only senator I care about. I've been following those Alderaan runoffs really closely.
Jesus. James Paulson asks, wow, we're really going for like a Star Wars thing here today.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I'm in a Star Wars mood right now. I haven't watched any Star Wars
There's
today.
no
I watched
reason.
Aquaman and Lord of the Rings today.
Did you? Is that the only movies you watch?
My man.
The apparently the Ultra HD Lord of the Rings has come out.
Ooh.
It's supposed to look really, really, really good.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Damn it, I have to buy another format.
Well, then you got to get a new TV though too.
Oh. Well, all right.
You have no choice.
If it's Lord of the Rings.
I bought a new TV today.
What, really?
Yeah.
You just bought a new TV like a few months ago. That's when I got a new TV because I took your TV.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's for the office. Here's what happened was
We just put out that Patreon episode about buying new equipment.
here's what happened. Hold on.
Fuck, that's funny.
We were having a meeting this morning, and your cousin was like,
And you were like, is this only 4K?
yeah. I mean, God, if 8K wasn't like
Okay,
20
sorry.
grand.
What did my cousin do?
He was trying to show me something on his computer, and I was like, I don't want to get up and walk all the way over to look at your computer. I'm like, it'd be really great if I had a TV just like right here.
You just want something on the wall so that people can like cast to it.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to get up to supervise your own staff.
I'm glad we're on the same page. Yeah. See, it makes total sense. Yeah.
My God.
So it was great. But what was bad was I had it in the back of the car, but I had I bought a 50-inch, and so it was sitting in the back
That's
of
so conservative of you.
Why? It's just because the space that it's going to go into technically wouldn't fit any bigger. But, so
Could have just knocked a wall out or something.
if I own the building, which is the next step, but that's not yet. So I had it but I also brought the dog to work, and so I had to I leaned it up on the side of the car. But then as we were taking a corner, it like fell on the dog, and like he got his like leg stuck underneath it.
Jesus.
He was fine. I mean, it's really not that heavy of a TV.
And for what? To save you like
Convenience.
3 steps.
Yeah, really, the lesson I learned was don't bring the dog to work.
I mean,
More room for TVs.
we live such different lives.
So James Paulson asks,
Yeah.
what is the most violent moment that Santa has been involved in comics-wise?
I mean, we did it last year for Darkmas. It's got to be.
Oh, Lobo.
It's got to be his knockdown, drag-out fight with Lobo.
That fucking fight, holy shit.
From the Lobo paramilitary Christmas special. The Easter Bunny hires Lobo to take out Santa.
Unbelievable.
And they have like this really brutal fight with like knives and just punches and stuff.
Yeah.
And like Lobo like punches Santa so hard his eye comes out. It's a pretty messed up fight. And that Santa, like that version of Santa is very much like, you little pansy, like hit me harder. Like
yeah, well, he's torturous to his elves, and he's
the elves are all these like malnourished.
He's a really bad
slaves
guy.
and stuff. Yeah. I mean, there's no contest. That is the most violent thing with Santa in it, maybe ever.
Worth a read.
Definitely worth a read.
Insane.
Super dark story.
Yeah, but worth a
And
read.
when I gave it to you, I forgot about the really dark bookend about the parents that
Yeah.
kill their own kids rather than disappoint them on Christmas.
That is probably the worst part of that whole thing, which is
Yeah.
crazy considering what happens during the Lobo and Santa part.
Yeah, but I mean, it's definitely that. It's a wild knockdown drag out fight. If you don't feel like reading the whole thing, even though you should, you can just Google like Lobo versus Santa, and you'll see some of the panels from it.
Yeah,
It's that really kind of scratchy, aggressive kind of 80s, 90s art, and it's I think it really adds to how like grotesque the whole thing is.
100%. Yeah, without a doubt. All right, next question comes from Ryan Putney.
Oh God, yeah, I thought you said Len.
Ryan Putney.
Ryan Putney.
Ryan, you act like football player Putney. American football player.
We've never figured out a different variation of this joke like we have with other ones. We only ever just go like Putney, and then like it was like yeah.
Yeah. Ryan Putney asks, what would a dark multiverse version of Santa look like?
Right.
I mean, the Lobo version, yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, there could be just a violent slave driver, horrible Santa like that. Dark multiverse is also, like that's a world that's based on your fears. So what would like a fear of Santa be that would like turn him into something? Like
a home invader?
Well, no, he is the home invader.
I know, but that's the fear of Santa is...
No, but I mean, it would be like, what are Santa's fears? That would spawn a dark multiverse version of him.
Oh.
And like, yeah, I wonder
Jews?
Oh my Jesus. Good Lord. I was not angling for anti-Semite Santa.
I just felt like you were going like Nazi Santa.
The anti-Santite.
Oh my God.
There's his
the
name.
SS?
Oh no. The Santi-Semite.
Yeah.
'Cause
Oh, there. Yeah,
go.
there it is.
I'm really upset about that.
Yeah, we got there.
The Santi-Semite.
Semite,
Oh
yeah.
no. Oh no.
Yeah, it's Nazi Santa.
Just acts of Santi-Semitism
Yeah.
all over the globe. That's so fucked up.
You know
I mean, definitely a dark multiverse one, but
Yeah.
very fucked up. I was just gonna say though, like maybe like there's a thing that disturbs me about Santa is when depictions of him are made sexy. Like, do you
Oh.
remember a few years ago?
I mean, a lot of people have. It's a big, like, bear sort of.
That,
thing.
but also, do you remember a few years ago in Toronto when they debuted Fashion Santa?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
He's this very, like, he's got, like, the coiffed hipster beard, and he's, like, this, like, silver daddy kind of
Ooh.
type that dressed like
Oh,
Santa.
I do remember this because people had a lot of confusing feelings about Santa when that
Yeah, here,
happened.
I'm going to pull this up here.
Yeah, pull it out.
Fashion. It was this guy.
Yes.
This sort of white-haired, zaddy Santa.
Well, and that's
so
kind
I
of...
think I'm there's something that kind of disturbs me about that because Santa I think is supposed to be this very kind of like warm grandfatherly type, but you don't want to think about your grandfather like laying pipe. So I think my version of a terrifying dark multiverse Santa is the Santa who fucks.
Hey, my grandfather made sweet love to my grandmother, and he did it like a champ.
Like a champ.
Yeah, he laid that pipe.
Jeez, good lord.
Yeah, I mean, that Santa's closer to like the European version of Santa. That's like the skinny Santa, the skinny tall Santa.
Right. Yeah.
My mother used to,
Or like in that Morrison Klaus one, he's like this built
Yeah.
burly kind of.
my mother used to collect Santas.
Yeah, my mom does.
Yeah, and you have like the skinny tall ones, and then
Yeah.
that was a thing. Recently, I was watching American Dad last night,
Okay.
and I don't know if that was the newest episode, but there was a whole thing where because I don't know if you ever watched that show, but they have this like
Not in forever.
they have this like long running thing of where the family fights against Santa.
Okay.
Like they have huge Drago battles every Christmas with him,
Right.
and like so. But last Christmas they killed him,
Right.
and this Christmas they were Roger was trying to prove to somebody that he had killed Santa. So he was like at the mall, and he had just converted to Judaism, and he was just like, Santa's dead. Like why are you even celebrating him? And he's like, oh, I'll prove it. He goes back to North Pole, which brings back the dead Santa, who's like, and then he grabs his hat and puts it on himself, and then he gets the powers to be Santa.
The Santa Claus.
Yeah, but
the
now
Santa Claus kicks in.
But now he's a Jewish Santa, so he then decides to not celebrate Christmas, but to celebrate Hanukkah everywhere. So he
Sure.
turns everything Hanukkah colored, so everything's like blue and yellow, and he becomes the Jewish Santa Claus. It's very funny.
Good lord.
Yeah.
That did make me think of an honorable mention for Violent Santa.
Oh, okay.
Is from Teen Titans Go. Because they also have
that's
a
right.
long-standing rivalry with Santa
Yeah.
Claus. I think it even comes. They're
In the movie?
not in the first one. They're in the second movie, the Teen Titans versus Teen Titans Go.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Santa is in there, and they have these crazy fights, and like he has like a candy cane sword, and they've got like machine guns on the sled
Oh my
and stuff
God.
like that. Like, yeah, he fights with the Teen Titans a lot. He tried to assume control of all holidays one time, and the Titans had to stop him.
I love when they make Santa like
yeah.
this dictating
So that's
sort of.
I mean, it's still a cartoon. It's still technically for
Yeah.
kids, so it's not that violent, but
Yeah.
good honorable mention.
for sure.
Yeah.
I love that. All right. Next question comes from a place we're not there yet because we have to leave Facebook and head on over there. It's Twitter.
That's Twitter.
Yeah, nailed it. So smooth.
Yeah, we've only been doing this 3.5 years.
Oh yeah, just you wait. Year 4, that's when it comes. First question comes from Brandon M. Flick, who asks, can you provide a list of must-read DC Santa Claus stories?
Oh, geez, Louise. You're going to hear a couple. I mean, there's
Oh,
a
yeah.
couple
Mhm.
that we talk about at the end of Docmas because
Yeah.
we read the very DC Rebirth holiday
Yeah.
anthology.
There's a good one in there.
And there's a good one in there that's very fun, a fun Santa story. There's a old DC Comics Presents. DC Comics Presents was like always a Superman team up.
Oh, okay.
So every issue is like Superman and insert character, and there's one, it's like number 67 or 76 or something like that, and it's him teaming up with Santa Claus.
Yeah.
That's a fun kind of classic one. Other good specific Santa Claus stories. I mean, there must be ones from other kind of specific holiday like anthologies. Like many years DC puts one of those out. I mean, I just mentioned that Rebirth one, but there's likely a Santa story in almost all of them.
Yeah.
You know, so you could probably just look at any of those. I would think the one that springs to mind is that Santa and Superman one. I actually have that one, and it's funny to see like Superman finally teams up with Santa.
You've been waiting.
It's the crossover you've been waiting for. Sit down, Endgame. We've got this.
Yeah, obviously.
That's kind of a funny one. It's a fun one. Yeah. It might be one of those kind of like apocryphal, like underseen comics, but there's like Jack Kirby version of Sandman that is not Wesley Dodds like the Golden Age one, and it is not Morpheus the Dream Lord. It's this other kind of weird superhero one in the middle.
Okay.
But he would like fight in dreams. And you see that character in like Neil Gaiman's Sandman, he like works him in.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that there's a random issue where that Sandman and Santa do something together. And it might be in one of those like canceled comic cavalcades or something like that. It's the ones where it's like, this never really like got published or almost no one read it. Here's like a weird story from our archives kind of thing. But I'm positive there's a Santa story in there. And I think there's a Constantine Santa story. Like in Hellblazer, but it's not like Santa. It's like about St. Nicholas or something like that. But I'm pretty sure there's a Hellblazer one.
Oh, that's cool.
I think.
I gotta get that whole series.
Yeah. That series fucks.
Yeah. I've read bits of it and I love all of it. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, I feel like that's a pretty good list.
Yeah.
Next question. Oh, dong. Dun, 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 dun. Welcome to the pub. It's Jake Murphy. What's my Irish accent?
I mean, but it's getting worse. This is getting worse and worse each time.
Everybody was drinking pubs, yeah.
Drinking pubs?
Yeah, that's the drinking at the pub.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. They like those shamrocks, yeah.
I mean, maybe not racist, but culturally insensitive.
Eating corned beef potatoes.
Reductive.
That's all that's to talk about them.
Dehumanizing.
They're barely
cultural
people.
erasure. What does Jake ask?
I'm glad you asked.
Okay.
Jake asks, any gifts in his fat sack for cum man?
I mean, this is my own fault for leaving that question. But I actually forgot that was in there. I mean, I suppose it's if cum man made the nice list.
So here's a story.
This can't be related.
It is. So
oh no,
my wife got mad at me the other day.
Are you supposed to tell this on a podcast?
Yeah.
Keep in mind that the prompt was "Come Man," and then you started the story with "My wife." My wife. So
my wife got really mad at me the other day, and the thing that much like a child, she decided she's going to withhold gifts from me.
Okay.
So she said that I wasn't gonna have any gifts for Christmas because I had done something. And I was like, well, there's already all that stuff. I can tell that there's stuff inside the stocking. And she was like, no, that's all just cum. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, it's for cum from Santa. And I was like, that's like the whole bottom of that stocking is completely full. And she was like, yeah, that's that. And I'm like, no, I asked, and that's too much cum because they give you a big cup and you can't fill it. And she was like, no.
Sorry, you think because you can't make that much cum that Santa can't? How many chimneys can you make it down?
God, it is going to be a white Christmas. Told you it was going to be related.
The real magic of Christmas is believing he can come that much.
Oh my God, has Santa been cum man the whole time?
Bukkake on 34th Street.
It's my wonderful wife.
Santa Claus is coming in town.
Yeah. There it is. Yeah. Rudolph the white-faced reindeer.
Oh, why is he on Rudolph? No, not like this. Never like this. Oh no, that's horrible.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the short answer is if Cum Man is on the nice list, then. But would he ask for cum? Like, does Shazam want lightning for Christmas?
Oh, interesting.
Like, yeah.
Well, he's not asking for cum. He's just asking for any gifts in his fat sack.
Oh, sorry. I was picturing that the gift would also be cum.
I don't know where that came from. That was just you.
No, it was because you put it in my head with your cum stocking.
So I did put my cum in your head. I'm so sorry.
We crossed a few lines of darkness this year.
Oh, God. Episode 10.
I feel like we've given this question too much dignity by spending this much time on it.
Yeah, moving on. Next question comes from our favorite spacey, sexy texter.
Ooh, Cosmic DM.
That's right. Who asks, if Santa is magic and Superman is weak to magic, can Santa kill Superman?
I mean, a lot of characters are magic.
Yes.
Their ability to kill Superman is not just that they are magical.
Yes, it just gives them it gives Superman a handicap.
Yeah. Exactly. It's not like kryptonite. It's not like, oh fuck magic, all of my Supermaning is out the window now.
Yes.
So no, just by virtue of being magical, Santa cannot straight up just kill Superman.
Yeah.
Do we think that Santa could kill Superman? There's not too many comics that show Santa in combat. Really, the only thing we have to go on
is
Lobo. And Santa loses that one.
So
pretty decisively. And, Lobo is really like alpha level powerful, but Superman can best Lobo. He can't kill him because Lobo is almost unkillable.
Yeah.
But he can best Lobo in combat pretty repeatedly. Mm-hmm. So I think we have to side with Superman and say he would beat Santa. But what a turn for Superman to like beat Santa to death.
I mean,
Superman would then have to be like, I have to deliver the presents.
I mean, that just sounds like a Superman story. Yeah.
Yeah, but he wouldn't be fast enough to do it. So he'd be like, Barry, can you
just like go run this
Listen,
errand?
There's like 10 flashes. Do you guys mind?
Yeah, like one of you.
Each of you take a continent.
You're all in Central City. Like, come on.
He's like, I think the banks are fine.
Yeah. I know your crazy rogues gallery is really running amok.
Oh, is Tar Pit in the city again?
Oh, no. These are all villains that are really just effective to you and not really to the crimes they're committing.
Yeah. How about we let Girder just do whatever he wants and you help some kids have a Christmas?
Yeah. Seems like that would be a better legacy.
Yeah.
Moving on. Next question comes from Braydon. Yes, the donkey rises.
So upsetting. I mean, not that. I mean, most private citizens don't necessarily have like a ton of Twitter following, but it is a sort of insane level of commitment to this show to change your Twitter handle to a joke that you really need to listen to our show for.
Braydon, never change. Never change.
It wasn't necessarily a bad thing. I admire the commitment. It's pretty impressive. But like, have people like asked you why you did it? Or people like, hey, like, why the donkey rising? Why?
Well, no, they just are all listeners to the show. So
have you like not heard back from a job interview because they were like, we should check his social media? And then they're like, Braydon the donkey. No,
he's lost his mind.
He's too far gone. We can't hire him.
Yeah, he's too big of a Dr. DC fan. They also are fans, but they're like, it's one step too far. Braydon asks, how in the world does Santa Claus break into Wayne Manor every Christmas Eve and not get the living crap beaten out of him by Batman thinking he's a burglar or someone who figured out his identity? Did I just come up with the dark reboot idea for Tim Burton's The Santa Claus?
I mean...
Oh, Tim Allen's The Santa Claus, sorry.
I like this idea in general. It feels like something that like maybe already exists in one of those like holiday anthologies.
I know.
Like Bruce's installing the security system or whatever and stuff, but then in the morning there's still a gift for him and nothing went off and everything's like it's like it really, Santa does exist. It's magic.
It really feels like a Robin thing, like one of the Robins were like they still believe in Santa, so they're like doing that every year,
right?
And Batman's like Batman, like Superman doesn't. I mean, Santa doesn't really exist. It's fine.
Or the Robin is like, how is Santa going to get in? This is the most impregnable fortress like on the planet.
Did you ever do that?
I'm concerned that Santa won't get here, and Bruce is like okay, he's just like being dismissive, but then there's still a gift on the morning. Like that feels like it could be a cute.
Did
Christmas
you ever
story.
do that thing where you like set traps for Santa?
No, because I'm not like a bear trap.
I mean, you're a kid, so you don't have access to a bear trap. At least I hope you don't.
Maybe you don't.
I mean, I feel like you've turned your body into a bear trap.
I feel like the big Darkness reveal is a bear trap.
Oh, just wait till that Patreon level comes out.
Insane.
So as a kid I used to set like traps inside our fireplace and things like that.
Really? Like
silly things.
You put like the box with the stick and then you put the cookies under the box.
I've done that. I did I put like a shuffle inside of the fireplace.
But what is your goal? Like Santa dies on the way down and then you just see the corpse and you go like, confirmed, he existed.
Kind of, yeah, I guess. Or you
thought it would make noise or something.
Makes a noise.
Right.
Yeah, there was like a string with like a can. I did that once.
Right.
Put like rocks inside the can and then tied the string between two cans in front of a fireplace that if you hit it, the cans would knock the stones and they would make a bunch of noise. But it never happened. I don't know. I'm still waiting to find out why. But
yeah.
That was like a thing. So I feel like you could, but then
it's
a thing that kids do.
I was too much of like a good kid rule follower to try to trap Santa.
If you also tried to trap Santa, use the hashtag Santa Trapper. Hashtag Santa Trapper. Well, it's better than Child Catcher.
It's also better than Santi-Semite. So
if you believe in anti-Semitism,
oh no. I mean, truly a dark multiverse creation, but I'm so upset about that. No, I never tried to trap Santa, but I do think that would make a fun story. If it hasn't been done already, that would be a really, really great story. Or the flip where it's not just that you see a gift there and it's ambiguous whether Bruce got it or Santa got it, but you actually watch Santa evade all of the Batcave's like defenses.
That's really fun. Yeah.
That would be also fun in that like Teen Titans Go sort of way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or you have like all the elves working with them.
Yeah.
That would be really funny.
Or just like Santa's got a utility belt, so like he like drops in like the remote turrets and he like his candy canes instead of batarangs.
That would be so good.
Like it would be like, what would Batman do if he were infiltrating?
Oh
like,
my
something?
god!
And it's just that's what Santa does. Like his approach to everyone's house is to kind of be like
Batman.
No. His approach to everyone says is to be kind of like how they would be in their own home. So like for some people's houses, he just goes down the chimney because they're like Santa will come down the chimney. For Batman, he's always like afraid of people like intruding, or he has to break into places. So that's how Santa does that. For like the Fortress of Solitude, Santa actually lifts up the giant fucking key and like he has the strength to do it. Like the way Santa enters everyone's house is like related to them.
I just have this like image of like Batman watching on a camera at Santa doing all this stuff and being like,
and then
nice
Santa looks at the camera and then like knocks out the feed.
Batman's just like, nice move.
Yeah. Santa's gift was $3 million to replace the security system.
He's like,
he broke in to give it to you. It's a real gift of the Magi.
Bruce is just like, $3 million, throws it in the fire. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Next question comes from, oh man. Puff cheek pastries makes lots of food, makes delicious treats for me. I wish I could cook. God, it feels good.
Still got it.
PCP, I'm so happy you're back. God, PCP.
That's also what you said
you never
in your
left.
therapy session.
Yeah.
Angel dust.
So happy to be
Richard, I didn't know you like to get wet.
Yeah, it's a wet ass puff cheek pastry.
Which would, I mean, be a gross dessert.
Yeah. Puff cheek pastries asks, "Hello, long time no speak. Since Santa is canon, what powers does he have? Does Mrs. Claus also have powers? And is he as powerful / #daddy as the gif attached?"
Oh, what was the GIF?
Oh no.
I gotta remind myself here. So let's talk about his powers. We're talking about magic, and so in a way, like magic is the power, but let's extrapolate a little bit. He must have some sort of either like density shifting or phase shifting ability that allows him to go down a chimney of any size,
Yeah.
or into places that don't have chimneys or don't have access. He has to either be able to phase through or change his shape. We'll assume this is all being done magically, but that's part of what he uses magic for. There's obviously either a time manipulation or a speed element. So he's either moving incredibly fast or he's manipulating time, slowing time, stopping time so that he has the ability to get to every house on a day. He must have some sort of like space manipulation magic so that all the presents fit in the sack or just in the sled, right?
Yeah.
Gifts for the whole world, right?
Mhm.
He has some sort of like, we know he has at least a kind of specific form of like telepathy by which he can see you when you're asleep, but he only knows if you're awake. He can't see you if you're awake. That's a blind spot for him. If you're awake, he has no idea where you are. His vision's not based on movement. But he can
don't move. He can't see.
But he can see you when you're sleeping. He also knows if you've been bad or good, so he has like this ability to like maybe like read your aura. Like he can sense the inherent goodness of each soul. There's an element of like divine judgment in there, sort of.
Oh my!
So who knows? Maybe he's like also like a fragment of God, the way that the Spectre is, or something like that, right? I'm just gonna pull up. I'm trying to pull up this comment here so I can figure out what the GIF was, so that I can judge how daddy Santa is. Everything about this makes me uncomfortable. Oh, sorry, this is from Twitter.
I think you're gonna say during Darkness.
Sorry?
Everything about this makes me uncomfortable.
I say that a lot during Darkness. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of that happens. I don't think I can pull this up. I think it's too far back.
I mean, it's Santa, so the answer is most likely yes.
I mean, if it's that, if it's the one that we just talked about, the fashion Santa, he's pretty oh, right. Okay, sorry. It's as daddy is the GIF attached, and it's some sort of like Kamehameha, like Dragon Ball
Santa
thing.
Oh, but with Santa,
it kind of looks like a Santa.
Yeah, it's totally Santa.
Well, I don't think he's actually Santa. I think the caption is just calling him Santa because he's got white hair and a beard
and a red toque.
Does he?
Yeah. When he pulls back.
Oh, son of a bitch, he does.
Yeah, that's Santa.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I don't think Santa in DC is quite that zaddy. I don't think he's cut like that. Even the one
depends what you're into.
Even the badass one in Lobo still has the gut.
Yeah, I mean, depends what you're into.
Well, no, I mean he doesn't. You're saying like he changes for? He would take that shape shifting ability and then be like, in this house I should have abs.
I just mean whatever you could like. Maybe you're into a little bit of a gut, and so that is #daddy.
Yeah, I mean, all of this eye contact you're making with me is very uncomfortable, and it's all the pin's really going to drop when people get to December 24th and hear that episode. There's so much I can't say right now.
And so much you wanted to say,
but
long.
When you get through and to the end of Darkness, come back and listen to this one, and you'll figure out where my head's at.
It's a lot of confusing feelings. It's okay.
Let's just say most of them are feelings of like betrayal, abuse.
You don't even act like you're hurt.
That doesn't mean I'm not.
You loved it. You loved it. Just admit you loved it.
It's pretty funny.
Yes. Let's leave Twitter and head on over to Instagram.
Now we're going to Instagram, take some questions and answer them.
First question comes from DJ Mal Brooks. DJ Mal Brooks. Yeah. Ricky Mal Brooks.
God, you're cool.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah, Ricky. I don't think I've heard that sound effect since like the early 2000s.
Mal
What?
Brooks.
My name is
Oh, my God. Yes.
Slim Shady.
Yeah. Hell yeah. DJ Mel Brooks asks, within DC, is Santa...
Hi, kids. Do you like violence? His like weird debut in like kind of comedy, like niche rap is the like, and then
It is crazy that he started there.
and then pivoting to like cleaning up my closet and Stan and like shit like that was like it's so and then every once in a while just going back to being like goofy. What a weird trajectory.
That is like, but also being considered like one of the best rappers of all time.
So insane.
That's completely bonkers.
Very, very wacky.
Within DC, is Santa considered to be magic or to actually have powers like super speed?
Right. Santa is not a metahuman.
Okay.
I feel pretty confident in saying that because Santa is actually specifically referenced on the map of the multiverse.
Really?
He is referenced as being a resident and connected to the realm of the realm of dream.
Oh.
Where Morpheus lives. So that's in the sphere of the gods, which means he is a magic-based character. Doesn't make him a god, but
okay.
It makes him magically based because that's where you get realms like Mira and all these kind of like heaven, hell, Tartarus, all those other places exist in the sphere of the gods. So Santa is there. He's sort of connected to the realm of Morpheus, the Dream Lord. So I think by definition, he's not a metahuman. He is a magical entity. Yeah.
Well, there we go.
Yeah. Cannon.
Nick Cannon.
She blinded me with cannon.
Blinded with cannon. We're in a weird mood today.
I mean,
Yesterday really had an effect on us.
I can't tell which part of yesterday had more of an effect.
You seem still shook, which makes me very happy. So it was all worth it.
I mean, the real gift is that I think it's opening my eyes to maybe things I didn't know I wanted.
Yes. Yes. Next question.
It's a real evolution for me.
I know. I'm glad. That's just, spread your wings a little bit.
I don't think I could any more than they were in the thing that I haven't talked about.
There's like a very small selection of people who are listening and know what we're talking about. And for those people, I'm really happy you're here.
Yeah.
Next question comes from Hobbes and Voltaire.
Hobbes, Voltaire?
Yeah.
Like two philosophers?
Oh, I thought it was like the sequel to Hobbes and Shaw.
Yeah, where they go back to 17th century France.
Yeah.
Hobbes and Voltaire. He's like, I put bad guys in jail, take bad girls to bed. Voltaire over there thinks like a goddamn god.
That's just the sequel we all wanted.
I think it might be better than Hobbes and Shaw. If like,
it's more directly pointed towards you.
Hobbes and Shaw introduced like bionic super soldiers.
Yeah.
I don't think time travel is that far removed from Fast and the Furious.
I'm kind of surprised.
Like, we already got Back to the Future. You could have a vehicle-based time travel thing.
I'm kind of surprised they haven't done it, to be honest.
That would be insane. Do you think, because they said the franchise is going to end with Fast and Furious 11.
Really? And they're at 9 now?
9 is about to come out. It was supposed to come out this year, but, COVID and whatnot. That's the one where John Cena plays Toretto's brother.
Yeah.
Crazy. The main franchise is supposed to end with Fast and Furious 11. Do you
They endgame it.
Yeah, I was like, what other things could you bring every character like back? You get Gal Gadot back in there. You get like everyone that's like been a part of it.
Yeah.
You get like some sort of like CGI'd Paul Walker.
I mean, there's two things that they haven't done yet. They haven't gone to space, and they haven't done time travel.
Space is definitely going to happen. It must happen.
Yeah.
There's no way it doesn't.
Yeah. It would be a travesty if it did.
I think they need to do a time heist like Endgame.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the only thing that would keep
you go back into the other
Well, that's what I mean.
movies,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's like you go back to that fucking like Brazil bank heist where they're dragging the safe through the streets.
Back to
and stuff.
Japan.
Go back to Japan. Yeah. They'd be like, remember when we drifted?
Oh my
Like,
God. The cars in that other car was actually Toretto the whole time.
yeah. Oh my God. He's got like a Mission Impossible mask of someone else. Like he's
How do they not? How could the only way they couldn't do it is because
the Fast
they
and the Furious
did it.
franchise is sort of Hobbs and Shaw aside is sort of insane because it is both constantly jumping the shark and also not jumping the shark enough.
That's true.
Where it's like there's no way you could do that with a car, but it's also like how are they not like Transformers yet?
Yeah.
Like
how do you make this many movies about driving a car and it hasn't gone completely bonkers?
It's such like a weird like restrained jumping of a shark.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we're gonna just do this a little bit over here.
So
you're like, that's weird, but like, come on.
Yeah, so weird. I have no idea how I got on this tangent.
No idea. Hobbes and Voltaire.
Oh, who would win in a race? Dominic Toretto or Santa?
I mean, Santa.
Santa lives his life 8 reindeer at a time.
Up in the North Pole.
I don't have friends. I have indentured servants.
It's been a North Pole.
I was going to say, the thing about a North Pole, the pole always norths.
Yeah, that's what we needed. Yeah, I'm happy about that. Do you have more?
I was going to call it like the Holly and the Jolly.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, that's the button it needed.
Sorry, go on.
Hobbes Voltaire asks, "Is there or has there been a literal real Santa Claus in the DC universe?"
Okay, so here's where we get into a little tricky. Technically, yes, Santa canonically exists.
Yes.
We not only know from that map of the multiverse, but we know because he has interacted with real characters.
Yeah.
Here's the little fun twist. That Constantine thing, pretty sure it's about St. Nicholas.
Yeah.
And he finds I think he exhumes the bones of St. Nicholas, which implies that if Santa does exist, his physical body is long gone. But he's like a spiritual, magical entity now.
Okay.
Because Constantine uses his bones for a ritual or something. So if it's that St. Nicholas that is meant to be Santa Claus, his corporeal body and his spirit must be separate things.
Yeah.
So yes, he must really exist for there to be bones to be exhumed and used.
Maybe he's a demon.
Or possibly more likely, you take the hint from the map of the multiverse is that I think he is a dream figment. So the story with the Kirby Sandman character, that character exists in dreams. And so he and Santa team up in a dream. That Superman story I talked about, Superman is dreaming, teaming up with Santa Claus.
Oh, interesting.
So, I think when they wrote it, they were like, it was just in just in Superman's imagination. But I think really what the evidence has now become over time is that Santa is a dream. And we know that can be real because dream is real.
Yeah.
Dream of the endless is real. The realm of dreams is real.
Yeah.
So Santa is a dream figment so powerful. He is manifesting physical effects in the real world.
Wow.
Gifts show up. So now, does that mean that Santa actually comes down the chimney? Maybe not. I think.
Would it explain how he could really
so
do it?
It's either he manifests once a year out of the dream realm and then does all of the Santa magic stuff, coming down the chimney, flying around the world, all that stuff. Or it means that from within the dream realm, he is physically manifesting his gifts and goodwill out into the physical space.
Seems more realistic?
I mean, it's realistic in that, like, Morrison or Gaiman kind of way, right?
Yeah.
But I think I'm saying that, yes, Santa as a historical figure, the way we kind of understand it, is real. Did exist in DC.
St. Nicholas,
right? And then maybe the idea of St. Nicholas, the story we've created about it, created a dream so strong that now it exists on its own.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the belief gives it power, sort of thing.
Yeah, which is why the kids who are dreaming about it on Christmas are the ones who receive the gifts.
Exactly.
Unless they're poor.
No, I think in DC, poor kids also get gifts on Christmas.
I don't think so.
Oh, no. I mean, not in DC movies.
No.
But I mean, in the comics, they would. Yeah. DC movies, like...
Poor kids get nothing.
They'll get polio or something.
Yeah. Wow. What an explanation. I did not expect that.
Yeah. And that was for Hobbes Voltaire. That's the thinking man's answer.
That's right. But also, you did it so fast.
So furiously.
Like you do everything. Well, maybe not. We've got proof to say otherwise. We're sweating.
I love when we record episodes out of order and we do these like callbacks
to
like fired backwards in time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there is for the random people who listen to episodes like when they get into a podcast and they go backwards.
Right. Oh, I mean, what a huge payoff when you get to this one if you started and moved backwards.
Yeah.
But
I mean, a payoff. I don't know. But
huge payoff.
Yeah, I don't know.
Totally worth it. Glad you're here. It gets a lot worse the further back you go.
As long as you realize that episode 1 is actually episode 66, you're fine.
Right.
Yeah, it's a weird, like, kooky Mac thing, but those other ones were actually just...
I'm surprised you haven't gone in and, like...
Oh, I've
hidden the...
I've been very tempted.
I have been tempted with the first, like, 4.
Just, like, putting precursors, going... Like, just...
like how Disney Plus is like, listen, we made this.
It was a different time.
It was a different time.
We don't agree with anything that was said, but it's also a piece of history.
Yeah, it's definitely that.
Yeah.
We're important.
I'm going to put those first 65 episodes in a vault.
Yeah, we'll just cycle them out every few years.
Just so you remember.
Yeah, on Blu-ray.
Yeah. Next question comes from Robbie's Just This Guy. You're so much more, Robbie.
No, do you know what? I'm tired of trying to drag his confidence through the fucking mud like that horse in the Never-Ending Story.
Oh my God.
If you want to just be this guy, then like knock yourself the fuck out. You are just this guy, Robbie.
Are you trying to get another listener to change their name? This is going to be a weird thing. Where everybody starts changing.
I nag all of our listeners into changing their social media handles.
It's worked for me for a bunch of things, so.
Yeah.
Worthless.
Yeah, Robbie's just this guy.
I don't think Robbie could be any more.
Sometimes when I'm like on my phone, my wife's like, "Who's Robbie?" And I'm like, "Robbie's just this guy."
Why is he on your background?
Are you surprised I haven't changed my background?
Yeah. I can send it to you.
Please don't.
I
don't need that.
I've got a high quality.
It's already in the internet too much, I think.
I mean, and other places too.
Christ.
Robbie's Just This Guy asks, how does Batman feel about Santa? As a prominent capitalist, moving all those Wayne Industries toy units is a pretty big boon. But if Santa is using magic to create toys, that's really going to cut into the old Batarang budget.
Oh, this would have been a good Rivers question.
I know.
This would have been a fun one with Rivers. Yeah, I mean the thing to remember is that like Santa's charitable giving of gifts, real or not, would never in no way compete with the rampant, unrestrained capitalism and consumerism of our world.
No, one wooden horsey is not going to compete with like a fucking monkey mega box or something. Yeah,
yeah. The monkey mega box. Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, even if we say, fine, elves can make things beyond just like little dollies, like elves are making PlayStations or whatever. Even if we say that,
Yeah.
Santa is not giving dozens of gifts at every house. You know, like
We got like maybe 2 or 3 from Santa.
I don't think you could as Santa impact the bottom line of companies capitalizing on Christmas, which is maybe the saddest sentence I've ever said in my life. We are too far gone, and Santa can't help us.
I don't
Robbie's just this guy. Santa can't bring us back from the brink. There's no Easter bunny. There's no
Dear God.
love is a lie.
What happened to you?
I wonder.
Yeah, your mind got open to a whole new world, and
It's not the only thing that got open.
but I don't
Seriously, 12 episodes from now, this is all going to be fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah, so funny. I'm so glad you're listening to this now.
Yeah.
I don't understand what you mean by capitalism is run wild and people can't stop buying things. I don't.
Yeah.
That's not.
And yet the things they need are out of their reach.
I feel like
Looking at you, entire system.
I don't know. I feel like things are all the only things that make me happy. It's working great for me. Really need to know when that mixer's going to show up. Fill the void. Fill the void.
Oh, no.
Hey, you say oh no, but that camera's coming too.
Fuck, yeah. See, this is what I mean. Santa can't help us. We're trapped in a prison of our own design.
And I'm really good at designing prisons. It was a family trade. Next question.
Why did you say that like it cleared it up?
No, I mean, it makes sense. Anyways, next question comes from the most interesting resident.
Andrew Delgado?
Well, it's actually Delgado Andrew.
Oh. When did we go to Instagram?
You did the song and everything.
Oh, I remember.
We did that. Yeah.
Oh, God. Maybe I did eat too much.
The chicken brain again. Andrew asks, has Santa's relationship with the dreaming ever been explored, as mentioned in the multiverse map?
So, this sort of thing that we're talking about, I don't... There's a lot of issues of Sandman.
Yeah.
Maybe there's one with Santa? I don't actually remember. I don't know that I can think of one offhand where it specifically invokes Morpheus or Daniel Hall, either,
Tonight we dance.
either. Yeah. Santa was in that like cave orgy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Morpheus.
Yeah. I totally just lost my train of thought there. Oh, right. I don't think I can think of a comic where Santa and Morpheus, the Dream Lord, actually interact. But the connection, the tangible connection, is him teaming up with that Kirby Sandman. Because that Sandman, the guy that sort of dresses in like red and yellow, he's got the cape, he looks like a superhero, and he like fights in your dreams. He is featured in Sandman, in Gaiman's Sandman, and he's incorporated into the mythos of the realm of Dream. So if you take everything that was canon for that, you roll it into Dream and into like Gaiman's Sandman, then we have to assume that there's at least a tangential connection from Morpheus to Santa.
Okay.
Plus all the other stuff mentioned. I think we can fill in the gaps, but if you're looking for like an issue where Morpheus and Santa chill, I can't think of one.
Yeah.
There might be one. If you know it, hit me up, call me out. But like, I can't think of one offhand.
Fair.
Yeah.
Next question comes from C. Robin Bayer. Run, Robin Bayer, run. What, you don't like that joke?
No, I had a comment about what I've seen bear, and
I may not have seen Robin Bear, but
let's just say I can never unsee Robin Bear.
Oh, there was definitely some Robin going on.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Oh, just 12 more episodes. Has the joke the Joker ever come across Santa and beat him with his childhood sack of coal?
I mean, like the Batman security system thing.
Yeah.
If a variation of this hasn't been in a holiday thing, someone should do it.
Yeah.
Like,
are we making a holiday DC book?
Oh, for next year.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, that's it. We just need someone who knows how to do art.
Yeah, or publishing.
Yeah. I mean, I can figure out a lot.
We
of
can
those
figure
pieces.
out publishing. But...
Yeah, it's really just the like amazing illustration that I'm not capable of.
Yeah.
Anybody want to do that for us?
Yeah. But I think there's a fun, holiday story, like a non-canon thing you'd throw in.
Yeah.
I think there's something enjoyable in that. I mean, the thing is, it would be like, I think the real twist though is that in that story, Joker wouldn't be able to get at the actual Santa, the Santa that occupies this dream space or whatever.
Yeah.
But it would be like him going around murdering mall Santas in Gotham and claiming it was because they gave him coal when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Which also may or may not have been true.
It does sound like a thing.
But that feels like there's there's an issue of Detective Comics where it's like Joker is like sort of tied Robin up with like Christmas lights in the side of the car, and they kind of go on this. He goes on like this Christmas spree, he's like hitting people with his car and stuff.
I've seen that. Yeah.
It's a really good issue.
Yeah.
It's pretty messed up. Maybe we read it like
I
years
feel like
ago
we
or
must
something,
have because
it's
I've
very
definitely
good.
seen it.
Yeah, it's a really good one. And I think whatever this Santa pitch is, in my head it fits in that sort of mold where like he's going on a rampage in Gotham. He's maybe blaming Santa or targeting Santas, but I don't think he can ever get at the actual Santa. Maybe at the end, the actual Santa shows up and Batman couldn't save the day, but the actual Santa stops the Joker from doing something.
God, we need to be careful about. We've been doing this podcast so long that we're going to start going over things that we've already done.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, DC is so good at just sticking to one continuity. We should never be able to go back on something.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've never needed to issue an update.
Ooh. Next question comes from Edward Wynn _.
Okay. I don't know why No More I Love You is the first thing.
No idea.
No more I love you. I'm trying to underscore. Keep talking.
Oh. I thought it was just Edward Wynn's Nothing. Like, I wondered if that's what it was.
Oh, no. No more I
Does
love you.
Santa have a rogues gallery? That was just the question. It's already...
I was trying to finish the line.
Oh.
Does Santa have a rogues gallery? I mean, according to... this is not DC, obviously, but according to the Santa Claus 3, Jack Frost is an old nemesis. Old Man Winter is like... Actually, isn't that also true in Santa Claus is Coming to Town? Isn't Old Man Winter a thing in that or something?
I can't remember.
That's the one I never watch. I feel like there are some depictions of Santa in which there's an Old Man Winter, a Jack Frost type, something just about the cold and the bitterness of the winter. And Santa is obviously about the warmth and the everything about the season. Obviously, Krampus, that's like his Bizarro, right?
Krampus.
It's his opposite number.
Yeah.
You need a villain that is your counterpoint, which would be Batman and Joker or Superman and Lex Luthor. You need your villain that is your mirror. So Superman and Bizarro, Batman and Deathstroke or something like that, right? And I think for Santa, that is Krampus, Lobo.
Yeah,
of course, has earned a spot amongst the rogues.
Oh, must have at this point.
And by extension, the other holiday mascots who hold grudges or hire a bounty hunter to take out Lobo. So Easter Bunny, who knows? Maybe the St. Patrick's Day leprechaun, or
could be
the Arbor Day tree. Or
I never understood Arbor Day. It's not a Canadian thing.
I mean, is that just in place of Labor Day because in the States you can't respect labor?
Yeah. Oof.
No, I mean they've got Labor Day too, though, right? Arbor Day is an extra thing, right?
I have no idea.
It's in September.
I have no idea.
American listeners, does Arbor Day replace Labor Day, or is it an additional holiday? And if so, like, what the fuck is it?
Is it one of those things that's like, what's the president who is from the like Night at Museum, the one Robin Williams plays?
Roosevelt? He's Teddy Roosevelt, isn't he?
Yeah. Who sets up all the like park systems? Is that Teddy Roosevelt who did that?
Oh, maybe. Isn't there a thing with Washington and a cherry tree too?
Yeah.
Like there's a sort of myth about that too.
Your leaders really like trees.
Yeah.
And that recent one's a real block of wood.
Like
too political?
Yeah. Oh, so political. I like that you finally, now that he's lost an election, like taking a stance.
Yeah.
You're like, and he's a real clunkhead.
He's a blockhead.
Yeah.
Sorry, I promised we would never get too political.
Who are other Santa rogues? I mean, consumer.
No, that's. I mean, yeah, maybe
Labor laws.
Oh yeah,
unions.
Yeah.
Santa hates a union.
Santa hates a union.
Nobody likes a robust union.
Benefits. The benefit is you get to work for Santa.
Yeah, human rights tribunals. Yeah, this is we're just building the extended Santa universe.
Yeah,
I mean, if Santa is a dream, then maybe he hates like Ambien or like pharmaceutical companies, things that like fuck with your dreams. He's like, I kind of depend on this to exist.
That's funny.
Yeah,
cool. Yeah. Next question comes from Jim's fourth wall. I mean, you're almost out of house, buddy.
No, you only need the walls.
Oh, okay. Ceiling's not necessary.
I mean, come on. What am I made of money?
You explain a lot.
No, that's my food budget. Can't touch that money.
I'm made of food.
Oh God, I wish.
No, because you wouldn't exist. You'd literally live a day.
And
oh yeah, that's the dream. Yeah, I apologize. Very simple question, which I think we've touched on a bunch, but didn't Lobo murder him?
Yeah, so not only was Lobo hired to go after Santa, the contract was taken out on Santa. Not only does he discover that Santa has this sort of like army of malnourished slave elves, not only do they get into this brutal knockdown drag-out fight with fists and knives, but Lobo full kills Santa. I think he beheads him.
Jesus. Yeah, I think you're right.
I think he beheads him. Now, you could, since we're talking about canon and stuff, I think you could argue that this is a dream of Lobo's, or it's like a figment of his imagination. Like maybe a story Lobo tells where he's like, yeah, this bastitch is so bad. I fragged Santa.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay. And he's like, I did. And like, that's how he tells it.
Yeah.
And even in the book, it's the story that the parents read. So I don't think that it disrupts the Santa is a dream myth. But yes, in the Lobo paramilitary Christmas special, Santa meets a gruesome death at the hands of the main man.
So funny.
Yeah.
Love it. All right. Why don't we leave Instagram and head on over to Reddit?
Where everyone's nice and no one's ever mean.
That's right. Question comes from Cassandra Kane Batgirl.
I mean, now everybody knows.
I know, that's really not a great way to hide your secret.
James Bond, 007, MI6. I mean, that's literally what he does every time he shows up somewhere.
James Bond, 007. That's right. Yeah. Bruce Wayne, Batman. Nice to meet you. Vance Refrigeration.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Bob Vance. Cassandra Kane asks, who wins? Santa versus the Justice League without Batman? Love the show.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Batwoman.
So we'll take
Batgirl.
We'll take Batman out of there.
Yeah.
Essentially to get rid of the Batman can beat anyone with enough prep time sort of thing.
Yeah.
We've talked about already that we're pretty sure Superman could take Santa.
Yeah.
What about some of the other Justice Leaguers? I mean, as a group, my money's on Justice League, I think.
Sorry,
Santa. Time for justice.
No one likes a pissed Santa.
Oh God.
I think that Flash doesn't really hold a chance. I think Santa.
I guess it depends on how they're like. Is it a fight or is it
Santa like picking them off one by one,
or is it like a feats, like a contest? Is it like who is faster, Santa or Flash?
It just
and then
says
is it like
versus,
who is more noble, like Superman or Santa or whatever? I mean, if it's just a fight,
like Green Arrow's done. Green Lantern, I think, is probably done. Martian Manhunter wins.
It'd be funny, the Green Lantern thing, because he would like make something with a construct and Santa would just pull something out of his sack,
like the actual thing,
or that could counter it,
Yes.
and then he would make something else, and Santa Santa has this unending sack of stuff. It was kind of funny.
And usually people have like a limited amount of things in their sack, but
Wonder Woman like puts him in the lasso and he realizes he's not real and he stops existing.
Oh my God.
Because that's the truth.
Whoa.
Which is also a very dark thing to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or he puts it back on her and then she realizes that
he's real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. I mean, that would be a nice moment in one of these holiday things is like, how do we know you're the real Santa? And he grabs the lasso.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be very sweet.
That's very cute.
I think my money in like an actual fight is on the Justice League. Because
even without Batman.
Because they're the fucking Justice League. But if it's like feats, I think it would be fun to see them do like a charity fundraiser. It's like who's faster or who's better or who's got the cooler toys or stuff like that. And then Santa kind of beats the Justice League.
Here's an interesting thought. Is Santa connected to the Red?
The Red?
Yeah.
Like animal powers?
Yeah. The whole connection with like reindeer and stuff?
I don't think so. I think that's more just because he's like a dream and they're dream figments and things like that.
Okay, because I'm just like Aquaman versus.
Oh, right. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, it's like who has the better like sled team? Is it Santa with the reindeer or is it Aquaman with a bunch of shrimp?
Or like seahorses, yeah.
No, shrimps, definitely shrimp.
Yeah, that's way more
on land too.
Yeah.
It's like
or just like
grabs his sled, goes sideways. Yeah. He's like, no,
this isn't what we wanted at all.
Very funny.
Yeah. I guess yes. It's obviously the Justice League, even without Batman.
Yeah.
Who would win, Batman or Santa?
I like the thing we pitched where Santa can go toe to toe with Batman.
Yeah,
I think it's Santa.
I think it's a draw.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of good detective skills.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because he always knows what you want for Christmas.
Yeah. Sees you when you're sleeping, knows when you're awake.
The opposite of the Santa breaking into the Batcave to like leave a present is Bruce breaking into the North Pole to gain Santa's surveillance equipment.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's unprecedented. If I had his equipment,
or
I could really make some changes in Gotham.
Or Superman Santa using like detective skills to figure out what to get Batman for Christmas.
That would be cute. Yeah, that's
cute.
Fun too. Yeah,
I like that. Well, that was the last question.
Very nice.
But you know what it means.
I do.
Time for everyone's favorite game. Can you guess the name of the character based on how someone who does not read comic books can describe that character to us?
All right.
So if you don't know the rules, I send a photo of a DC character to my wife. She sends back 4 clues describing what she sees, and the doctor tries to figure out who we're talking about.
Yep. A couple of whiffs during Darkness. Couple of absolute triumphs.
I know. Yeah. I mean, we had a lot of guests.
Yeah.
So that made things a bit.
No, I mean, it's because I'm amazing.
Oh, wow. At least, and humble too.
Listen, I've seen a vision of myself that has given me confidence.
Okay. It's the dream you.
I mean, not fully, but
no, I think fully.
Oh no,
filled,
fully, completely.
Are you ready?
Yes.
First clue. Always ready to rumble.
Okay. So that either means they're dressed in a tux like the guy that announces that, or we're just talking, they kind of have like a wrestler look or something like that. Or maybe they just look like a fighter or something. Is it Wildcat?
No.
Okay.
No. Clue number 2.
Okay.
Mask inspired by black metal bands.
Okay. Is it Black Mask?
No.
Okay.
Clue number 3.
Okay.
Major steroid use.
Is it Bane?
Yeah, it's Bane. I was like, maybe I'll trick him and do something too simple.
Yeah, I was like, it can't be Bane, can it?
It's just Bane.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Very
Yeah.
good. Very
The last
good.
clue was being injected with a kale smoothie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Love that.
my wife would call him Da Bomb.
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 Love that.
All right. Well, with that is the end of this episode. We would love to hear from you residents. Maybe you can send in a question for next year.
Yeah. I mean, what's, Docmas is December 13th
Yes.
through 24th.
Yes.
It's 12 episodes. We recorded them yesterday. They're coming out once a day in that span.
That's right.
We'll release like a Patreon episode on the main feed for the last Wednesday of December.
Yep.
But we'll resume new episodes. I think it's January 6th.
Yeah.
Will be the first new one that comes out. So for that one, we're going to be talking about, it's the new year. Talk about like versions of like new beginnings, characters that take on new mantles or sort of get like promotions in terms of their superheroing or super
Have we never done that?
I think we've maybe done adjacent or versions of that. But yeah, that's sort of what we're talking about. Or characters that turn over a new leaf. Anything that sort of feels like that sort of new year, new you kind of adjacent
Okay.
sort of thing for DC Comics.
Nice.
Yeah.
Could
Could even be new creative teams, like changeovers on titles and stuff like
Nice.
that. Yeah.
Well, send in those questions to our various social media platforms, such as our Facebook,
Dr. DC Podcast.
Twitter,
At Dr. DC.
our Instagram.
Dr. DC Podcast.
Of course, you can send us an email.
DrDCPodcast@gmail.com.
Go hang out on our subreddit.
r/Dr_DC.
That's reddit.com/DrDC.
No.
No.
It's reddit.com/r/Dr_DC.
Yeah, that's what I said. Nailed it. I'm still trying to get back from yesterday.
I feel great.
Yeah, I know.
I actually, right now, I kind of am hungry.
I mean, you take that up with your God. I don't know.
I think my god is some sort of like bacchanalian horror. Like he's like a glutton that never stops. Some sort of hedonist kind of.
Oh yes.
Yeah, hedonism bot.
Yeah. I mean, I would say that you've got a worm or something, but it's not the case.
No, I mean to really compensate, the worm would have to be the size of one of like the Tremors worms or something.
Oh my God. The doc phone is always open.
Yeah, 208-917-3238.
You can leave us a voicemail and we will play it on the show. It's 208-917-DCEU. And of course, you can buy our merch.
Buy our merch
on our website.
DrDCPodcast.com or .ca.
And we love 5-star reviews. We got one at the beginning of this episode. We always want more. They really help us out and keep us on those charts.
Close the door if you come again.
Yes, we want to go on the charts. Make sure you close the door.
You're the review now, dog.
Yes, I like that quite a much. James Bond, 007. Here's my home address.
Please send those reviews. If you're not sending them on iTunes or Facebook, take a picture or a screenshot or something and send it to us so we know that you've done it.
Yes, get us on the charts. And of course, we want to be on Patreon, which we are.
Wow, that worked out.
It happened very quickly.
Patreon.com/DrDC. There's a $1 level, a $5 level, a $7 level,
and a $100 level.
No, not yet. At the end of Docmas, there will be the reveal of a $100 level that my wife thinks is a very bad idea.
Well, she's not really in control of this.
I think she wants to contain the spread, and I don't fully blame her.
Yeah, but it's out of her hands.
Oh, God.
And into my email.
So, there's a bunch of levels on the Patreon, and help support us.
And you get a ton of content out of it.
Yeah, there's extra episodes and videos and theme polls and books talks and all sorts of fun times.
Absolutely. And if you want even more content, but
Oh
you're
my
like,
God, you need so much content.
oh yeah, but
You need content the way I need food.
but they're like, yucky, I've had too much DC. Well, don't worry. We've got more content. And It's
Yeah.
not DC, but is, I think, related to your interests.
Definitely adjacent.
We've got another podcast all about the TV show Supernatural. It's Ghostfacers, a Supernatural rewatch where we go through every single episode, all fucking 15 seasons.
Yeah, man, we're chugging through season 1.
Yeah, we're almost up to episode 15 of 15 seasons.
Yeah, we're getting there. I think by the time you're listening to this, 14 episodes of season 1 are out. Yeah, holy cow.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
Dope.
Yeah, we've almost done as many episodes as there are seasons.
Oh my God. Not like this.
Can't do that for everything.
Not like this.
So, that is it for this week.
We will see you for Docmas.
Oh my God. Get ready.
Yeah, strap in.
Oh, strap in and strap on.
Adios.
Ciao, ciao.
They always fight for what is right. Live with danger and adventure. They are men of might.
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.
Close the door if you're listening to Docmas.
Close the door if you're on episode 12 and you're looking at what's happening and you don't want people to see. Episode 12 is NSFW.
Yeah, that's the one.